Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof and this is level 248. Joining me tonight is Kooshmoose.
Well, hello. I'm updating
and Big L.
What, Kenny? I mean, what, Nate? I mean, what?
I said, I'm updating Jedi Survivor again.
Jedi Survivor?
Mm-hmm.
Jedi Survivor! Oh, I haven't sang in a while. Sorry.
Oh, we will love it.
Everyone will love it. Especially Fug.
Is Jedi Survivor out?
Jedi Survivor.
No, but it's preloading.
You can pre-install it.
There was a 300 megabyte pre-install, which then became a 40 megabyte pre-install, which has now become a 104 gigabyte pre-install. So,
oof.
Nate bought the $500 special edition for PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to support. He likes to support the devs.
The little devs.
Did a PlayStation 3 even have enough storage to hold that game?
It's big enough to hold it. I know that, but it's physically big enough to hold it. But
I have no idea. I have nothing about the PlayStation.
No
I have
one,
no idea how big the
yeah.
storage was
I
in that
think
thing.
they were 60 gig. I think back then things were like 30 gig or 60 gig.
I don't.
That'd be my guess.
I don't.
Or the Xbox 360, mine came with a 120 gig hard drive.
I don't know
I think that was
what
the
this.
big one too.
What is this Jedi Survivor thing? That sounds suspiciously like a AAA game. So we don't talk about those here.
Yeah.
It's stuff about like space wizards and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Glowing sticks. Nate's going to go play swords with a glowing stick.
Yep. Get my gosh, what do they call those things? Glow sticks, and just go outside and have a little rave.
But you'll be the only one. Well, I guess not, because Survivor, who knows what that actually means? When Survivors means there's only one. So maybe in Jedi Survivor,
Yeah. So Jedi Survivor,
survivors.
definitely a single player game we've established because it's just one.
Right. Yeah.
Where Vampire Survivors is misnamed. It definitely should be. It should be like 8-player online co-op. It would be amazing.
I don't know how that would work.
Just know that it would be amazing.
No, I think you would break the game.
Also know that 7 people would be carrying.
I've nearly broken the game. I've nearly broken the game just playing by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you could possibly do an 8-player, even just a 2-player Vampire Survivors, unless you have like the 1% of the 1% computer rig and playing that game. And even then, like, I don't know if a 4090 could keep up with it, with how powerful you get.
You need the Xbox Series S Pro or Series X Pro.
All right, I have an impromptu question for you guys.
It's holiday season.
Okay. Because we haven't talked about Vampire Survivors enough on this show.
In a minute. Yeah.
I am never upset about
I just thought about this now. So no one's talked about this. If and when a sequel comes out,
I'll buy it.
If they made it look better or enhanced the graphics, or would that be better for you or take away its charm?
Of course it's better.
100% better.
But I don't see them doing a sequel. I see them doing a like.
A like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't
Survivor.
Yeah, I don't see Vampire.
Oh, God.
Zombie Survivor. Yeah, absolutely.
Alien
Swamp Thing Survivor.
I think they'll do a sequel.
I think Vampire Survivor. Well, they've already done Survivors, so they can't go from Survivors to Survivors.
Survivors.
Yeah. Survivees.
They can make a Survivor.
Survivors.
They can make a Survivor series, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that game being more like Human Fall Flat, where they just DLC you for the rest of time.
Maybe.
Which is fine by me. I'll buy every single one.
Well, I was just noticing that, like, the Dead Cells developers, one of the guys who made Dead Cells has a new game coming out, like this week, and it looks very much like Dead Cells, like, but it's not. You're like a fireman or something, and so that to me is kind of like, okay, well, we had Dead Cells, we're not gonna have a Dead Cells 2, but we'll have this fireman thing. It's not by the same developer, but it's by, like I said, one of the people on the teams. So I kind of see Vampire Survivors doing something similar. like Mummy Survivors, or I just don't see a straight sequel. But who knows?
It doesn't need a sequel.
Yeah.
Just keep doing DLC, especially with how cheap it is. $2 DLC is like, holy crap, that's fantastic. That's so cheap. Every single person will buy that because everyone can spare $2. Especially for the amount of content that's given to it.
So you think we just get Vampire Survivors HD?
Is that why you're so tired?
Now that I can see.
Is that why you're so tired, Kenny? Because you bought the DLC instead of an energy drink?
Yes.
See?
I did finish the DLC this week.
Right.
Sunday, I think.
But that
Saturday or Sunday, one of them.
you did not have $2 for an energy drink. And therefore, you are fading.
And I was too tired to go make coffee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm having remorse for that, for not getting that.
Was it non-Trier's remorse?
Something like that. Speaking of Triers and Wars,
Yes.
that was awful.
I picked up what
yeah.
you're putting down.
Yeah.
I have remorse.
I knew you would.
I have remorse right now.
I knew you would understand my
remorse squay.
Segue to
Oh boy.
the question for the week is: have you ever had Triers remorse when you tried a game on Game Pass or wherever and regretted having it on your tag? If so, what game and why? Let's go with Koosh first.
All right. What the Fug says dynamite fishing, because that's apparently his
Answer to everything.
But I've only heard good things about that.
Yeah.
I want to know.
No, he actually says Hotline Miami. It's a me skill issue. I struggle with it, but it seems like a lot of fun. Surely if I'd spend more time with it, I'd get better. And also skate for similar reasons. Heard so many great things about it and love Tony Hawk. See, now I'm just picturing that GIF with the old guy holding the skateboard. What's up, fellow kids? And that's I see that is what the fuck now. Heard so many great things about it. And
Someone Photoshop face.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Chewy, you have a mission. Heard so many great things about it and loved Tony Hawk, but the control scheme never seemed to mesh in my brain. I didn't play too much Skate.
I can see it.
But yeah. Okay.
Skate's much more difficult.
Yeah.
I can't.
I always feel like I'll go back to it, but I will probably never go back to it. But I feel like I could. Or kind of want to, but I know I'm never going to. Vulgar Latin, who asks the question, answers the question and says, Minecraft Dungeons is the most mid dungeon crawler in existence and keeps getting updates.
No cap.
Classic. But shout out to Vampire Survivors for also being something I really don't gel with that also gets a ton of updates.
Whoa.
Cap.
Wow, that's a not popular hot take, I think.
It's very mid.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody has their opinions about things. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right. He's both of those things in his answer.
Somehow both.
Wild West 08 says, so far the only thing I can think of is Scorn. I agree. I tried it because of the hype, and I didn't like the little bit I have put into it so far. The controls are clunky and unresponsive at times. The story so far has been non-existent. Air quotes around story. I agree. I'm glad I never hit an achievement, so I don't really have to go back and do that again. Didn't really
Was
like
there
it.
Actually a story in that? I thought it was just like
I'm not sure.
a murder game with squishy sounds that was disgusting.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me, and I couldn't I just didn't get into it, and I didn't pop an achievement, and I forgot about it, and I think I've uninstalled it.
I'm not trying that.
Freemhole says, I'm going with Grounded and Conan Exiles. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't vibe with those game types and had completions until DLC TUs came out. Got the Conan taken care of, but I just used the Grounded save, so I have no idea what I'm in for regarding the new achievements. Honorable mention for Golf with Your Friends. So much fun playing with the group, but achievement-wise, it lame.
It lame.
Yeah, I haven't done any of the co-op in Golf with Friends, so it's Golf with Yourself for me.
What?
I don't regret it.
What?
Yeah, I haven't played with anybody in that, but I'm okay with that.
Okay. Typically, I'm like, oh yeah, play by yourself. Who cares? You do you. This one's right in the title. It's with your friends.
Well,
I know.
You can't play by yourself. That's just wrong.
And you have
saying,
at least 3 friends.
Well, my friends were off playing with themselves, so
Saucy.
So I didn't get to play with them as well.
Phrasing.
It might have been intentional. So for me,
Really like home.
yeah, I have some Trier's remorse, I guess, if that's what you want to coin it.
Ori.
A Memoir Blue, which
come on.
which wasn't great. I was expecting a lot out of it.
Didn't look great.
No, I was expecting a whole lot out of it because I like Annapurna. And another Annapurna that I didn't like was Kentucky Route Zero, which I thought I would like, and I did not.
Who's she?
But I completed both of those. But one that I didn't complete was F1 2020. Now, I can see people saying, why would you try F1 2020? And it was to get a Game Pass quest done. And I
I'll just
didn't pay
mail
enough
you
attention.
a nickel next time.
And I accidentally popped an achievement. I was like, oh crap. So yeah, it's just, I like arcade racing, and that's not that. So I kind of painted myself into that game at some point once it goes to leave Game Pass. Maybe it already has, and I just gave up on it, but
I would be shocked if that's still in Game Pass, considering it was 2020.
yeah,
Seems like it would have been gone for like 2 years now.
If it went, I just didn't even try. So,
And no one blames you.
yeah. Oh, but I absolutely agree with the Conan Exiles. Man, that was rough. And in the Grounded thing, what I'm upset about Grounded is that it's so expensive. Like, the gameplay was actually kind of fun. Fug wanted us to play it. I tried it a little bit and thought, oh, this is okay. But it just never happened in time with our group. So we never actually played it. We did the world, the save world, or the save file, and that was fine. But yeah, it's just too expensive now to go get that completion back. If it ever goes on super sale, maybe, because it actually kind of was a fun game. And in a group, I could see it being good. So, but yeah, I could go on and on. But what about you, Kenny?
Is Grounded not on Game Pass? Or did I just hear you wrong?
Oh, it's gone. It left Game Pass. I'm pretty sure.
Did it?
This is not a research podcast, but
If that left Game Pass, I have no recollection of that leaving.
Says Game Pass.
no, it's still in Game Pass, but it's gonna leave.
Oh, okay.
It's happening.
Edit this out, Fufu.
That's good. That's good. No, don't edit. That would never happen. So I'll take a look at it. Ratio. I should do it this week and have my team hate me.
Oh.
Grounded's not going to leave.
You don't think it's gonna leave?
No, it's by Obsidian and published by Xbox Game Studios. I would be shocked if that left Game Pass.
Well, I take back my regret. I regret other things.
Yeah.
How much is the
I was
DLC?
going to say,
Or is it a title?
No, it's a title update according
Oh.
to TA.
All
yeah.
right, so all around bad take, Nate.
Yeah.
You would do
let's see.
one.
Hold on.
yeah.
Achievement is very simple. It won't be necessary to build trophies.
But can you cheat that title update like everyone cheated the base game? A bunch of cheating cheaters. I would never do that.
It's yeah. It's,
Hey, someone at me if you got a save. I would love it.
hold on, let me
Can't
mute
talk
my
about
mic
that
so I
on
can
here.
at you.
Talk about what?
What? I don't know. Shroom and Doom update. Very nice. Very clever.
So, Kenny, what about you? What do you regret
Kenny.
besides joining us tonight?
All right. Well, first I'm going to read patron responses, of course.
Oh.
Skeptical.
I hate that guy.
Skeptical Mario. Well, that's just rude. Says Neverwinter. I thought my friends and I would play regularly. Nope. And a big hit to my completion percentage. Yeah, especially for someone that cares about the completion percentage. I'm sure having Neverwinter on your tag sucks. Good thing I don't care about that. Also, regretting Neverwinter is X the Hero. Says, I put thousands, maybe tens of thousands of hours into World of Warcraft. Nerd! Of hours into World of Warcraft back in college. So early in the Xbox One days, I thought perhaps I needed another MMO in my life. About 3 hours and 2 achievements into Neverwinter, I realized that my MMO days were behind me. So that's stuck in my tag now.
Man.
I know. See, I don't play a lot of MMOs anymore. They're a time sink. Scar says The King's Bird. It's a little physics puzzle platformer thingy where you fly around an obstacle course, and I just cannot get it.
Get what?
I don't know.
That game is all about maintaining momentum and just eking out just enough to get over certain obstacles. So yeah, I can understand that. Like if it's just not gelling with you, yeah, I can understand that.
Sounds like a human fall flat type thing. And if so, I can see him not getting it. And that makes me not want to try because my brain does not understand human fall flat.
You have to be Swedish, I think.
Next up.
It's all about the sticky hands.
It's true.
Waka's got some very sticky hands. He's very good at that.
Yep.
Up next is from Icefire, just getting in and answering this on time. He says, probably too late for the pod. Nope, you just made it. He went at his, which was Terra. I totally thought I had logged in and gotten the scroll early enough to get the level 85 or level 65 boost, but I didn't use it. I logged back in a few days after it ended, and I didn't have the scroll, but it did pop the level 10 achievement for me. Yay.
Woo!
At least you got one achievement. So there's that. And final response I'm going to read is from P-Tart, who says, might be an unpopular take, but Omno and Tunic. I personally did not enjoy them very much.
Oh my God.
I think they were too hyped up on the podcast, and my expectations were set way too high. I am looking at you, Kooshmoose.
Oh, hold on.
Whoa. Them's fighting words.
That's why I want to read this one last.
I don't think that I hyped up Omno.
I don't think you did either.
First of all,
to be fair,
I feel like I didn't hype up Omno a lot. Like maybe I was.
You didn't hype it up enough. That's a good game.
It's an okay game.
maybe it was L that hyped it up.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, that could be an L.
I like
thing.
that game.
Now Tunic,
Hey.
I'll take that. I'll take the hype on Tunic. But no, I don't think that was me.
Well, here's the thing about P-Tart. She doesn't play games where you need skill. So I could see her not liking these games. You know, since I completed both of them, I'm very skillful at games. And she just wants to play Viva Pinata all day long.
I mean, why not?
If you like Viva Pinata. Yeah, Omno was
Did
good.
Omno really require skill?
Yeah, some skill. You got a platform. If you
Did it?
don't have depth perception, you cannot play 3D platforms.
Yes.
That word.
I don't know anyone that has depth perception.
If you don't have perception, contraception, then you cannot play 3D platformers.
That's a good
Tunic,
point. I can't argue that.
and Tunic, if you somehow don't know how to turn on accessibility, then it's a very hard game. And
Wait,
if you don't look
turn
up
on
guides,
accessibility?
it's very confusing.
You turn on accessibility?
Oh,
No. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe.
no problems.
Yeah.
I'm not going to yuck your yum.
Sure.
Go for it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Don't fucking say it. Don't say it. I hate
That
that so
ruins
much.
that game.
What? Tunic?
Yeah.
No. To me, that game
At
was,
least from what I'm
that game
told.
was not about the combat. To me, it was about the exploration.
Or what I hear.
Oh, from what you hear.
See,
It was about
Yeah.
running past a secret entrance
Mhm.
1,000 times. And then later in the game, you find out, what the crap? You mean there's a pathway right there
Yeah.
behind that tree?
Trap.
Like I could have been taking that from the
That's
beginning.
what it's about. It's amazing.
Yes.
see, I played Tunic, and I've only watched clips of Omno. And I will come to P-Tart's defense here. Omno looks boring AF.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe.
And Tunic, I did not like. I played Tunic when it came to Game Pass
But 1 out 2 is
because
not
of
bad.
the hype. And I played, I don't know,
You're
an
off the
hour and a
show.
half-ish, and that's enough time. I don't need to play that game no more. I can see why people like it. I did not like
Can you remind everyone how many Zeldas you've played?
it. And that's why I don't like it.
Okay.
I have played an hour and a half of Twilight Princess, I think. That's about it.
I don't think anyone would put Twilight Princess on at the top of the Zelda scale either.
I have never played Zelda.
Okay.
I once again, okay, so let me just say this. For anyone that's new to the podcast and hearing this, and if you're new, you're probably just shut the podcast off for
It's probably already turned it off. Yes, go ahead.
I never had Nintendo products really growing up. All I ever really had was like a Game Boy, so I can play Pokemon. And my first true Nintendo console was a GameCube, and I never got into Zelda. I never got into Mario. So yeah, I've never played. When I got the Wii, I think someone gave me Twilight Princess, or maybe I bought it because it's like, Zelda's a popular game. Maybe I should play it. I played it for like an hour and a half or something like that and gave up because motion controls. Yeah.
Yeah, the waggle was bad.
I don't know. I just remember trying to shoot the bow and arrow and absolutely hating life.
I hate that they included waggle as like required. That and Skyward Sword were just Nintendo got a Nintendo.
Yeah. Outside of Pokemon and like maybe 4 other Nintendo franchises, I could not care less about anything Nintendo.
Well,
but if that Mario movie was amazing.
At least you like Metroid, so that's good.
What's a Metroid?
Okay.
All right. Did the patron say
never
anything?
played a Metroid.
Did any patron say anything intelligent?
I got to give my answer to my regrets.
Can't wait.
My actual, and I was just coming to P-Tarts to find out.
I cannot wait.
I want to give my actual response to this so I can anger some more people because I haven't angered enough people as is. So I have 2 Game Pass games. The first one is everyone already knows, and that's, I'm sure everyone knows I want to say this, but Power Wash Simulator. Gotta regret playing that game. It's awful. It's tedious AF. Very mid simulator game.
Why are you talking like this?
I don't understand half the words you're saying. Is AF like some sort of new time zone I'm not aware of?
What the heck?
I don't understand why we're talking about cup sizes. This is weird.
This is fun. Having being the youngest on the podcast.
No. You
and
don't
the
talk
other
like
game.
that. Your nephews do.
No, I'm 100% just trying to get to you. And the other game that I did not like, even though everyone seems to enjoy it but me, Dishonored. I really did not like Dishonored. I found it wildly boring, and I typically like stealth type games. The cyberpunky-ish type aesthetics, it's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. It's just something about Dishonored just never clicked for me. Played it through, beat it, and then I have no desire to play the second one or to even go back to the first. But yeah,
I mean,
they're my games. Feel free to at me in podcast discussion.
I mean, 2's not bad.
Let me add you.
I assume you guys don't care anything about Dishonored, so
yeah, because I know what type of game it
games.
is. If you know what type of game it is, you could avoid it. You see,
AAA.
Yeah, see, you avoid those types.
Yeah, it's a game I thought I would like, but it just seems.
I thought it would too.
Yeah, I won't say I dislike it, but I won't say it like jingled my jollies. To quote a great man.
Haven't heard that.
It's no longer here.
Jingled my jollies.
Yeah, it doesn't jingle my jollies really, but yeah, that Power Wash sim, that one definitely jingles. As the kids say, that game jingles, yo.
Well, if you ever want to do more Power Wash Simulator and earn achievements, I'll give you my login.
I think there are more coming.
You'll be happy to know I'm pretty sure they announced like a full 1 year plan.
Yeah, like a roadmap. Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll be happy to hear this, Kenny. There's going to be paid DLC on the horizon.
Yeah.
Ooh, paid.
Yes.
There's Car Wash Sim.
But to be fair, they've had a couple of free DLCs.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what the Game Pass bump has let them do.
This is going to be a game.
Because if it wasn't for Game Pass, that game wouldn't be nowhere near as big as
this is going to be a game that leaves Game Pass and then has DLC the next day. This will be the one.
You're not wrong.
I don't think you're wrong.
You're not wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong either. Never wrong.
Not in this regard.
Oh.
All right, Al.
Speaking of never be wrong.
Your turn.
Oh. Well, you pissed me off, so now I'm going to piss you off. One Game Pass game that I regret trying is Back for Blood. God damn. I really wanted to like that game.
Yeah.
And
I saw that coming.
It's not horrible. It's just really hard. And no reason for it to be so hard on the easiest difficulty. If you want to be hard on the hardest difficulty, go for it.
There's no storybook mode for this game. It's hard for a reason.
No. It doesn't have to be super handholdy either, but come on. And you don't need cards. We don't need playing cards. If I wanted a card and board game, I'd play Uno, but I don't want cards in my shooters. Okay?
See, I like the game. I like Back for Blood. But at the same time, I can see why you or anyone else don't like it. It is a very different take on a Left 4 Dead like.
Yeah. With that said, we need to get back to it. Anyway.
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right. Great. Need to, what's it called when you do something you don't like on purpose? Yeah. Masochist? Yeah, masochism. Something like that. Speaking of bad games, have we talked about Minecraft Dungeons yet? God.
Just you wait.
Yeah, I know Devin said it was mid, but he's being very generous to it. Whatever that mid means. I'm going to guess it means middling.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Usually a 4-player game is automatically amazing, but those two things I mentioned, not so much. Unless it's like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is also pretty boring. Too many boring 4-player games. Find me some good ones, people.
How about Halo?
Ooh, that is a good one. Hey, remember when we used to play games before the show sometimes? This rocker dude guy made me play Star Wars Squadrons and put that on my tag for some reason. I don't know why.
That's a good day. That's a good day.
Is that a good game, anybody?
Yes.
I'm sitting at like 1 out of 47 achievements, and that's not making me happy here.
What about the patrons?
I don't want to talk to patrons. I want to talk about me.
Oh, okay.
Good. There was one Game Pass game that everyone said, oh, this is easy. It has a really high ratio, but it's easy. And that was called Goner. And if you remember this one.
I feel like we talked about that game a lot in the early days.
I don't think we talked about it a lot, but I'm glad we got you.
Yeah, you did. You got me.
It does require a little bit of skill. Yeah.
This game has 5400 TA. Like, yeah, I know a lot of people that completed it. I got, like well over 20 friends who have completed it. So, and then it left Game Pass, and then I wound up buying it because I'm a dummy. But then they came out with Goner 2, which I'm pretty sure they came out with a list that you cannot complete, and they did it.
Yep, as an unobtainable.
Yep. Oh,
I believe.
Yeah, there's
I don't think they did it on purpose.
I do. They're trolls. Yeah, you had to get like a. I assume it's a 69 combo because the achievement's called Nice. So
nice.
And I know Skeptical Mario got the game, and he was very upset about this, and he got up to a 37 combo. I give them credit for that achievement name anyway. All right, so someone tell me how to play Goner. All right, to the patrons. Wheezy Fuzz says, Nuclear Throne didn't realize how hard the achievements were or that it had an unobtainable. Well, we can't play games with unobtainables. That's not allowed. And we can't play games that are hard because, we don't want to achieve anything. So I get it. Nuclear Throne is right out. Ahaizo says, for games I actually played, but only started to regret after they were done, the East Asia Soft games that got updates recently. I had 5, and I want nothing to do with games that do that. Now, hold on a Heizo. These games are games you bought just for easy score, and they're giving you free score. They didn't charge you $5. They're just giving you free score.
You have
just
to keep
play
reading.
them
You have
and
to
be quiet.
You have
I'll
to keep reading.
I'll keep reading.
Yeah.
I want to yell at him.
He kind of addresses that.
Oh, my bad. For something I regretted almost immediately, but didn't really play, hence the regret, Surviving Mars. I used the mods and got burned out of the completion when a new DLC came out a while later. I intend for both stacks to stay incomplete, partly because I don't want to pay for it, and partly because, frankly, I just don't want to do that anymore. All right, well, Surviving Mars is a different case, because buying a DLC to get your completion, some people are going to do it, and some people don't care. So that's an individual choice. But the East Asia Soft games, it is ridiculous, but let's be real. That's why we got these games to begin with, right? I mean, come on.
You're not wrong.
So I see both sides.
But that was back. Yeah, that was back before things got silly, and now things are silly, and I think that's what he's regretting.
I mean, I haven't gone back to any of them either, but if they show up on RTDL,
Yeah, I totally
That's
haven't
just
gone
because they're
back
not
to
on
any
your
of them either.
RTDL yet.
if they
But
show up
when
on
they
RTDL, I
do-
will. But
Yes, exactly.
I probably could have done those sustained. Ah, damn. Oh well. Not that I got kicked out of G-Task in the 3rd week, but no. But nice take, Heizo. Nice take. I like it.
Yeah, we do need to bring
Even
that
though
back,
you're
Kenny. I know what you're thinking there.
Yeah, I totally forgot to do that.
Do what?
The
Yeah.
G-Pass, or I'm sorry, the G-Task leavings.
I'll go ahead.
We forgot to shout out the losers.
You have
Yeah.
time. Go ahead. There's a room
We'll start
for
this
it.
week.
Go for it. Cut and paste. Hawkeye, I won Hades and still haven't played it. Barry says, I went in with an open mind and wanted to really like Marvel's Avengers, but I just couldn't. It really just boils down to the game not being fun. The campaign isn't a terrible story, but it is predictable, and that's the best part of the game. The gameplay is boring and repetitive, and you multiply that by a boring and repetitive achievement list, and you get a boring and repetitive 100 to 120 hour completion. The game has some cool skins, but it did itself a real disservice by making them so expensive. Wow. Tell us how you really feel. Later in the chat, Vulgar mentioned something about how the game did not have villains in it, no super villains. So you're just fighting like generic guys. I think you played this right,
Well,
Nate?
Yeah,
I thought that was Midnight Suns that didn't have any supervillains.
No, but I can't speak to that game. But this game does have supervillains, but there's like 4 of them, and you fight them over and over again. Yeah, they're just bullet sponges basically. I think it just takes a lot of damage, but yeah, it's repetitive. But counterpoint, it's pretty cool to see Captain America throw his shield, and it's pretty cool to be Thor and Mighty Thor and do cool stuff over and over for 100 hours. That part's kind of cool.
But you could just watch the movies at that point.
It's definitely, yeah. Well, that's the thing. You can watch movies while you're playing the game for 100 to 150 hours.
Get all the Marvel things.
And what happened to
it
Thor
definitely-
anyway?
It went longer than it should have. What Thor? What do you mean? What happened to Thor?
Like, as the movies have gone on, he's gone progressively just nuts and like a comedy figure, and he was never a comedy type of guy. He was a serious Norse god. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
He's just nuts. What happened to him?
All right. Hot take. Ragnarok is one of the worst movies in
That's fine.
the MCU.
That's fine.
Wow. You were so wrong this
That's fine.
episode. I don't understand.
I don't even remember it, but yeah.
There's nothing to remember.
What are you talking
It
about?
was an awful movie.
There's Led Zeppelin. There's
Was that the one where he
what's
and
his
Hulk
face?
are going like doing crazy stuff?
Yes.
Led Zeppelin doesn't help.
All right, that
I
was-
hate
We're
that
friends
band.
for
That just
work.
makes it worse.
Oh boy.
The only movie worse than Ragnarok was Guardians 2.
No.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Guardians-
punch you.
Wow. Guardians 2 was, it wasn't as good as the first, but this isn't a movie podcast.
No, but I still want
not?
to try to get people to at me.
And Thor 2 is the worst. Everyone knows this.
No.
Dark
What
World
was that
was the
called?
worst.
Oh yeah.
Dark World.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And
But Thor is
was
crazy.
Oops. It was Thor 2 was a bottom tier movie. Nowhere near as bad as Ragnarok.
It was like low mid. Yeah.
What is this? Contagious? Stop it.
Mid.
All right.
Contagious AF.
Thank you, Hawkeye, for that boring and repetitive answer. I really liked it. It was boring and repetitive. All right. I think we got a doozy to end things on. It is GT3 Option Fan. I don't necessarily have Trier's remorse because I really don't care all that much about my completion percentage. It bothers me more to have games in my backlog that I haven't tried than getting games on my tag that I don't complete. I do, however, get commitment remorse, which means there's a point where I've committed myself to get into completion or getting all the multiplayer in a game before it shuts down. I kind of have this commitment remorse with Forza Horizon 5 right now. It's not about achievements, but I've gotten all the weekly playlist exclusive cars since launch, and I can't help but continue at this point, even when I'd rather move on to other stuff. Wow. Well, I mean, this is really easy.
Crazy.
This is really easy. Just uninstall Forza Horizon 5. You will not only
I mean,
your OCD and your hard drive space will both be saved. Like this is really easy.
Especially the hard drive.
Not wrong about that.
This is really true. Now, I totally get it. Like, this is what we talk about all the time. Why do we need to buy more games? We have games in our backlogs that are unplayed. Why are we sitting here grinding out this?
We need to keep our streaks going.
This is why we're grinding out this 50-hour achievement. Stop that, Nate. My streak is important. It's different.
Just saying.
Okay? It's different.
Just saying.
No.
It's older than his kid. He can't stop it now.
Stop.
You cannot stop that streak. It's too long at this point.
Yeah.
It would be criminal to stop it.
We're not talking about that.
I commend you on your streak.
But
I think it's insane, but I commend you on it.
But yeah, it is insane. We're all insane for doing what we do. But I see his point. Buying games and not playing them is probably the most insane. But we all are guilty of it. Every last one of us, except for skeptical Mari. Jesus Christ.
Something like that.
I'm having a day. Except, I love it.
You need more coffee.
I do. Sucking on a coffee right now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh man, if I remember to edit that.
What?
The delete button right there. Nothing.
You'd have to edit the show first. So, yeah. I like that. Commitment remorse. I think we've all done that too, though.
Borderlands 2.
Getting all the multiplayer in a game before it shuts down, there's a certain high or rush that goes along with that. So I like that. Although for whatever reason, I haven't felt the need to do some of this stuff lately that I used to. So like Syndicate's going down. I know, Nate, you're working on that, but I think that completion's really ridiculous anyway. So, I guess I could put that in the regret pile as well. Got that game because I knew that was 4 players and it was worth some good TA score, but just too much to play.
That's the thing. There's too
That's always
many
the problem.
games.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many games. You just can't be committed to the tag anymore. You can't be committed trying to complete them all, because if you do, you would just never be able to do it.
Yep.
Play a game if it looks cool, and if servers get shut down, they get shut down. I don't blame anyone for server chasing.
This is why I think a lot of people,
especially if it's a game that's a little shorter and you can get the achievements. But
this is why I think a lot of people these days play the shorter games, because you can get more different experiences than sticking with a real long game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, GT3 Option Fan, for making us think and for putting.
But if you have to have commitment remorse for a game, at least it's Forza Horizon. That game is so good.
Ugh.
The game is fantastic.
And I'm currently playing 4. I've had quite the time on this winter season getting the speed zone and the speed trap.
Speaking of commitment remorse.
Well, I have to get this Encore achievement now. Jeez. This week is...
you have to get the speed trap in the winter?
Yes. It was
you have
a
to get
pain in the ass.
Yeah, you have to get all 4 seasons in one go.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. This has been the hardest so far, but it feels really good when you do get it. which is what achievements are
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to do.
because it's an actual achievement.
Right. It's just a good feeling. But yeah, it definitely took me an hour each, probably more than that, to get the trap and the zone. But it's
What are
great.
the
There's a
odds
whole
you're gonna pull a
community of
frame?
this. I like that everyone helps telling you what cars to pick and then what tunes to pick. And I like the Forza community. Probably more than the game itself. And I still don't
Community's
I
great.
still don't like driving on the left side in England.
The Forza community or the Forza community on the Discord
Our
server?
Forza community. There.
Okay, ours. All right.
I was just about to shout out
Yeah. Yeah.
the Forza channel on our Discord.
Because
If you enjoy the Forza games, get in Discord.
because some of us
It's a popular channel.
some of us played some of the races together, and we had one or two randoms, and they were just, you would like this, Kenny, they were just ramming into us and trying to mess us up, and they were on our team. Yes, and you would like this. It's what do you call it?
I do.
Trial. Yeah, the trial. So the trial, you have to get a better score than the drivatars on the other side, and like, there's no point in trying to grief. Just go play the playground games. Those are really stupid.
Oh no, there's
Those are really
definitely
stupid, by the way.
definitely a point in griefing. It's so much fun.
Damn it, Kenny.
There's a guy I follow on TikTok named Trucker Joe that does exactly that, where all he does is grief and troll on like NASCAR Heat 5.
Remember
And
Shin
a whole bunch of
Doctor?
like hillbillies yelling at him.
All right, well, you tell
Do you remember
that mother
Shin
trucker
Doctor?
that he's very mid. Oh, Shin Doctor.
Do you guys remember when they were
That's a name.
streaming Sea of Thieves? And Shin Doctor showed up? Not Chin Doctor. Shin
Mhm.
Doctor?
Mhm.
It was like Chin Doctor's evil twin.
Yeah.
I would actually watch that. I don't really like Sea of Thieves, but I would actually watch that again. That's some good grief.
Oh,
That was hilarious.
thanks, Charlie Brown.
What was he like taking the treasure, jumping off the ship with it? That was funny. I forget else what all the other hijinks he was doing. That was hilarious.
So glad I wasn't playing then, because that would have been infuriating.
I would have been so angry, but I would have understood it. It would have just been karma. All right. Well, if nobody has any other games that they want to talk about Remorse for, why don't we get into the game showcase?
I sense more remorse coming, but go ahead.
Yeah, maybe. So I'll start, and I want to talk about a game that has come out in the past week
Whoa,
called Homestead Arcana.
Homestar Runner.
Do what?
Homestar Runner.
No, he's no,
Don't
he's
tell me
the
you don't know
wrong
what that
age.
is. Stop
He's
it.
the wrong
Not
age.
that old.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
whatever that is. That thing.
I'm leaving.
Homestead Arcana. Arcana, whatever one you want to call it. I'll say both just to annoy everyone. So Homestead Arcana, TA has it labeled as an adventure game. That is mostly wrong.
Shocking.
Yeah, this one will wind up getting changed. It is a survival meets farming game. I'm talking to the wrong people about this, so
Yeah.
I know neither one of you will have any interest in this.
Nope.
With that being said, Nate, take a look at it. You might like the graphics. The graphics are up, Nate.
Yeah, that's the
are
thing.
Very much
Yeah.
a Nate game.
I like the graphics, but you said survival, and I said I'm out.
Yeah.
So there's magics.
Let me attempt to paint the picture and maybe try to sell you on at least trying the game. I'm sure I'm going to fail. So while, yes, it is a survival game, it is survival light, at least from what I've played. I have not played a whole lot of the game. I played about 2 hours, so this is very fresh. Enough to get a sense of the game, not enough to get super deep into the game, if that makes sense. It's survival light, so like, yes, you have a hunger meter and you have to like eat every so often to replenish your hunger. As the hunger meter goes down, your health goes down. So instead of having like max 5 health, you have max 2 or 3. And if your hunger is completely depleted, you can no longer run. Points for this game, it has a run button. So as far as I've played it so far, that's all the real survival part there. Now, it is a management game as it is very much, a farming game. If you guys, although I'm sure you guys haven't played it, but if anyone listening has played like My Time at Portia, similar feel to that, where you have a house and you have a plot of land where you can build whatever on it and your different workbenches and stuff like that. Except in this, you also have a garden. And since it is, Arcana, there is magic in the game. You can cast spells. Well, I guess they're more like cantrips because you can just keep casting them. You can cast cantrips on them to where like you can cast. You can water the plant, or you can. They call it channeling. You like channel some of the earth energies into the plant to help it grow faster. Yeah, I mean that's the farming part. The idea of the game is the planet is being taken over by this substance called miasma, and you start off the game by traveling into this like purpley gooey, almost like an atmosphere part. That's the miasma. That's the you can go into it. When you travel into it, after a while you will actually start to rapidly die, so you can only be in there for so long. You get like a mask that protects you for a little bit of time, and then like after that you start taking damage and eventually you'll die. And the whole idea of the game is finding some sort of plant or fertilizer or something that can help like drain the miasma away from the planet and actually help like heal the planet and put everything back to the way it was before this gunk started taking over. From what I understand, it kind of has a feeling of the gunk. I know, Nate, you've at least played that game. It kind of seems like it about the same way. So maybe like the gunk meets My Time at Portia.
Don't you try to sell this game to me.
I thought you liked the gunk.
The gunk.
I did like the gunk, but that's what you're trying to use games I like to get me interested in this. I don't like it.
I am.
No.
Okay.
No. Keep going.
I'm trying. I mean, I forgot the most important part. So since you are a witch, you do have a familiar. Now, I know, Nate, you are a dog person.
I know where you're going,
but it does have a cat. You do have a cat named Huckleberry. It's totally not Salem. Don't you think about that. It is not that. But you can pet the cat.
Yep, I knew it.
And the cat will purr when you pet it.
You son of a gun.
It's really cute.
Can you?
And the cat, because it's a familiar, it talks to you. You have a little black cat named Huckleberry.
I'm just going to have to mute because it's starting to work. I'm starting to get a little interest.
So I will say, if you want to try this game, obviously aside from playing on alt, so you don't get it on your tag and you have Triers Remorse, you can play 10-15 minutes or so before you get in, before you pop an achievement. Asterisk, the first story achievement comes 10-20 minutes and 10-15-20 minutes into the game, but there is a achievement to leave the miasma with no time left on your mask. So actually, you know what? I take that back. Never mind. You have to get the mask. So ignore what I was just about to say. You got about 15-ish minutes or so you can at least get an idea of the game and how it plays before you unlock an achievement and get Triers Remorse. Looking through the rest of the achievements, though, nothing in here looks like it's going to be difficult. It kind of just looks like your typical management type game in that, like, collect these outfits, upgrade your home, upgrade your mask, upgrade blah blah blah, have X amount of money on your person at one point. So it doesn't look like it's necessarily going to be difficult to complete, but it does look like it might be a little grindy. Also with Triers Remorse, the game has a 2.86 rating on TA right about now. Granted,
Really?
it did just come out a week ago, and maybe people just haven't really played enough of it to like it, or maybe they only just tried it and like, this sucks, and then rage rated it. I don't know. From what I've played, I don't think it deserves that rating. I feel like it should be a little bit better, but who knows? Maybe after a little bit of time, I'll agree with it.
Wow.
I don't know. I realized that when I was bringing this game to you guys, that you guys were not going to like it. So I thought, well, maybe I can sell you guys on it. Probably more Nate than you, El. I can't see you trying this game at all. Nate, maybe because of the graphics. Maybe I don't know.
I'm not interested.
I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's a terrible game. I kind of like it, but I also like management games. So, P-Tart, like, for sure, please try this. P-Tart, this is calling you. It has a cat, and it's management, and it's kind of cutesy. So I know you will like this. I will be shocked if you don't like it.
I kind of get the sense that console commands are coming. I don't know what it is. I kind of get the sense that they're coming.
Maybe. I know when you will. I haven't gotten there yet, but I know I've just gotten there. When you get farther into the game, you're going to have spells or something to help defend yourself as you go through the miasma, because there are like animals that will attack and kill you.
Meow.
So there is that. There will be some combat to it, but I think that's not really the selling point of the game. I don't know. And it's also PC. It's on the PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass. And TA says cloud gaming, so it looks like you can go back and forth. This is probably going to play better on your PC. But as most management games, this seems like it was a game built for PC and then ported to consoles, because the controls are a little clunky if you're trying it on Xbox, but nothing to where it's like, oh, this is awful and unplayable. I don't know. That's all I got for Homestead Arcana.
Well, I did want to give a quick shout to community member Scarovesi, who has put a lot of time into this game already. One day,
Really?
9 hours and 25 minutes. He has...
I'm sorry, how long?
Almost 2 days, looks like.
Dang.
He has all the achievements except for one. And it's called You Can't Be Too Prepared. Make one of every craftable item in the game. And he wrote the solution for it, which basically says this is going to be a massive grind, and here's what I found so far. But if I had to guess, he's probably going to try to be the first person to complete this game on TA.
Nice. Go for it. I hope so.
He's got 10,000 TA in it right now. And I think he was joking about G-Task things with it. But, yeah. And he rated it 5 stars, and he loves it.
Nice. I did not see that he was finest.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, he's talking about it on the Discord.
I think he posted a video or a picture of a waterfall that didn't have anything behind it.
Yes.
So,
I wasn't going to say.
Yeah, you kind of forgot that, Kenny.
You can't.
I
conveniently left that out.
That.
Ridiculous. You can't.
Yeah, I did notice a waterfall. I went, ooh. And I ran up to it, and there was nothing there. Oh, it also has a Revelio spell.
Ooh.
So you can run around going Revelio.
Okay.
Well, you would have to say Revelio. The game doesn't say Revelio. I don't know. Homestead Arcana. Neat little management game. I would definitely check it out if you like management games. I think this might be worth your time. I'm going to play a little bit more of it and see how it goes. I don't necessarily think I will have Trials Remorse, but I don't know if it'll be like on an end of the year list type game. Unless you guys have anything else to add to that, let's go to Nate. What game do you want to talk about?
Oh, well, if there's one thing I know, it's that more people want to hear more about Minecraft Dungeons. But instead, I'm going to talk about Teslagrad Remastered. And I'm going to talk about Teslagrad 2. Because they came out last week.
Let's go.
They came out last week.
I was going to be very mad at you. You got me.
Yeah, I got you. They came out last week. And completely unexpected. They were kind of like a shadow drop at like the Nintendo thinger, the Nintendo presser, whatever they call them. And I just had Nintendo Direct. Thank you. I just had to jump on these because I like Teslagrad, and I wanted to just play it again. And I had time, and I wanted to check them out. And I just kept playing and playing and playing. So I finished both games last week, which is pretty cool. And people were wondering if all the annoying things in Teslagrad Remastered are still there. And yes, they absolutely are.
Yay.
The weird RNG for some of the bosses is there. The tower climb that you have to do to get the one scroll is still there. I don't know if the cheese method is in place or if they patched it, because I did it the legit way. It took me 20 to 30 tries and got it. And I actually forgot to dash into the scroll at the very top of the tower. I was just sitting there waiting a couple seconds, then it runs up. I'm like, oh, it's going to stop and I'll go grab it. And no, it just slides up out of the screen. And like, I was like, are you kidding me? So then I had to keep playing the game for a little bit and come back to that part. So Teslagrad Remastered, it does look better. I brought both of them up. I brought the old one up after I finished Teslagrad Remastered, and it definitely looks better. I would say it looks, it might even be closer. So like everything's a little bit bigger. I think that the original was kind of like pulled back a little bit more. At least it was in the very few screens that I was watching, just to compare when I was done. And it definitely has a little bit of polish. It's not drastic. If you have to play one or the other, definitely play Teslagrad Remastered, because it does have one quality of life improvement, which is huge. And that is it puts the scroll locations on the map once you've beaten the game. So if you want to go back and get those scrolls, you can see them on the map when you're near it.
That is awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't believe they added the ability to scroll the map. So you kind of have to move around the map in order to be able to see other areas around you. So like if something's up in the very top left corner, you have to kind of move halfway up there, to the middle of the map in order to be able to see it. And they'll have one icon that shows you that there's a scroll there that you haven't gotten. And then they'll have a different icon if you have gotten that scroll. So it does kind of make it nice to get through all that stuff. And that's Teslagrad Remastered. It's a little bit better than you remember, or it's a little bit fancier than you remember, but it's basically the same game. They added some challenges, but I'm pretty sure those challenges were in the first game too. But there's no achievements tied to them. And in fact, there's fewer achievements in the Remastered than there are in the original. And I didn't check to see what they are, but there's I think just a few fewer. But yep, same game. Next up is Teslagrad 2.
All right.
This is a brand new game. Yeah, brand new. And very different feeling from the original Teslagrad. Where the original Teslagrad felt like a Vayner light. It wasn't truly a Vayner. This, I believe, is actually a full-on Vayner. Metroidvania. You get movement abilities in this game that don't even compare to the sort of stuff that you had in Teslagrad. You get the ability to slide along the ground. You get the ability to zip along these wires as kind of electricity. And you just get a whole bunch of moves based off of powers. And it really does open up the map differently. The map is very big, very large, very diverse as well. There's this underground area, there's an ice area, there's an inside of a castle area, there's inside of an airship area. There's just all kinds of different places, whereas before you're mostly just running around the king's castle. You're basically doing the same sort of thing. You are progressing the story, so you have achievements for that. You have achievements for picking up cards in this game, whereas before it was scrolls. And then you do have secret abilities. And that's the thing. Like, I beat the game and I hadn't gotten a single secret ability.
Really?
So, yeah. So when the game was all done, when I had rolled credits on the story, I ended up having to go back in and find I think it's like 4 secret abilities, something like that. And they're different moves that you can do. One of which is a double jump. So, Vayner confirmed.
Yes.
And there's also, when you get all of those secret abilities, you actually unlock a map. And that map will show you where all the cards are in the game. So, like, when you beat the game, you won't see where the card locations are. But once you find these secret abilities, you will be able to see everything on the map that you haven't collected. You can scroll the map. You don't have to be in that area because, once again, it is a very large area. There is kind of quick travel in that these zip lines that you can travel across as electricity. They'll just slowly scroll you across the map, but it's way faster than running there or climbing things. So you'll kind of unlock these little shortcuts as you progress through the level. You'll have like a little harpoon gun that you shoot, and then you can travel down the wire that harpoon gun shot. And that'll help you get to different places or get back to different places that took you a long time to climb up to, for instance. So classic Metroidvania tropes of unlocking shortcuts after you've reached a certain point. And this game it's just an improvement on the original. However, there are still...
I was just about to say, what's better?
Some of the bosses still feel a little cheap, a little frustrating, especially the secret boss at the very, very end of the game does feel very cheap. And I was ready to throw my controller a couple times, beating that final boss. The boss before it I thought was tough. And then I finally figured out his pattern, and I was just like, oh, okay, no, this is not bad. But that last boss was very frustrating, just because of the mechanics that are going on there. But yeah, I really enjoyed Teslagrad 2. I thought it was a huge improvement. Well, maybe I shouldn't say huge, because some people say that I hype up games too much. I would say that this is a significant improvement over Teslagrad. It is a different type of game. It certainly feels like a Metroidvania to me. And if any of that sounds good, I would recommend checking this out.
Man.
Well, I'm Tesla glad that you like that.
Oh, I was trying to not bring any of those in.
Yeah.
I was expecting Nell to say one too.
I was going to say, since you beat them both, you're now a Teslagrad.
Sure, I'll take it.
Try some new ones.
One we haven't heard.
Trying some new ones.
Yeah, we haven't heard
so
that.
I got lots of questions. Number one.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Hour count on both. Approx.
Ooh, hour count on both. Let me see. What did it take me? It took me
11 and a half in number 2.
And did you see your family at
6
all
hours.
in your quest to be the first to complete both of those? Basically.
Oh, yeah. I didn't bring that brag out, but yes, I was the first to complete both games.
I will always brag on your behalf.
I didn't know you did. You were the first to complete.
I was the TA first.
Too.
Yeah, I was the TA first to complete both games.
Nice.
Yeah. I was not the first to beat the story. Someone else beat the story, but then
who cares?
Stopped playing the game, and I went back and actually completed the story and beat the game before them. In fact, I don't even see them anymore. For 2. For 1, at the time that I completed Teslagrad Remastered, I was the only person playing the game. There was no one else that even started it. So I played and completed it before anyone else started or was scanned in on TA. And yeah, I was like, really? People don't love this game? And currently there's still only 23 starters. It's been out for like close to a week. But yeah, okay. So your question once again was how many hours? I spent 6 hours on the original Teslagrad remastered, and I did use a video to remind me where to go every now and then.
Okay.
Just because the signposting wasn't great for it, and I really wanted to get the Teslagrad too. So I used the video just to remind me where to go. But everything, there's a lot of muscle memory to the game, and I zipped through areas that gave me issues before, and a lot of stuff kind of came back. A lot of those weird kind of magnetic and repulsor type jumps kind of came back to me, and I was able to do these moves that took a long time to get the hang of the first time. Was able to just kind of zip through them the second time. Teslagrad 2 took me 11 hours and 47 minutes.
Whoa.
And I did use a video or two to help me find locations at the end of the game.
Oh.
There are, while you're playing,
already?
Let's give you. Oh yeah, there's videos already.
Oh.
So I don't think I'm the world first.
For some reason.
I'm definitely not the world first, and I believe it was a PlayStation player that actually completed the game well before me because he put out videos that I used. Yeah. So there were, as you're playing the game, you will see kind of a background pattern that is, completely unique to the rest of the environment that you're in. Kind of make a mental note of those because there's probably something interesting around them. And you'll find a couple of them scattered throughout the levels. And that kind of gives you an idea of where some secrets might be. That's all I'm going to say. And rather than spend all my time just traversing the map looking for that, I saw that there was videos up for the secrets. And I said, yes, tell me where they are. I saw where they were, and then I did them myself. But I just wanted to have a general idea of where they were on the map. I just didn't want to spend forever just hunting down this one block that I could blow through to get to this other room that I didn't know was there. So I don't feel too bad about that. But yeah, almost 12 hours on Teslagrad 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
And two number one completions.
That's that was going hard on it too. So like,
obviously,
if you're taking your time, it could take you a little bit longer. I wasn't using a guide. I think actually Cladmaster, I think he or she got it in much less time.
Yeah, by quite a bit.
Chad.
I mean, on Tesla, on the remastered, you did it in 6, he did it in 4. And I forget what Teslagrad 2 was. But yeah, he did I think in 6 hours, but when you did it in 11.
Yeah, I feel like someone must have been using a guide. I feel like someone must have been using a guide.
You are Cladmaster's master.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
It's half the time it took me.
Yeah, it's just funny that Teslagrad Remastered is actually $5 cheaper now than Teslagrad is on the store. They should probably do something about that. It's a little weird.
Yeah,
that's not weird.
They should rethink that pricing.
It's a little weird,
in
my opinion. Still $15 for Teslagrad. And I was laughing that if you buy the bundle with both games, it's technically more expensive by a penny.
Yeah. I just jumped on it. I paid that extra. That extra penny.
You got to pay that dev. Yeah, I know.
Totally deserves it.
I'm looking out for the developer.
And you played this with sound, I hope, because I remember the music being really good. And
absolutely, yeah.
Even in the trailer, I was like, oh.
Yep, sound was good in both. I don't know if the sound was upgraded in the remastered. Maybe it was. But they were good. They're good games. And Teslagrad 2, like I said, on all fronts, I feel is an improvement over Teslagrad.
And a candidate for Vayner, more importantly.
Yeah, I think that people that play it should chime in and say whether or not they think it's a Vayner as well. I think it deserves it, whereas Teslagrad Remastered, I threw it in there just kind of like, I want it to be a Vayner. It's a Vayner light. There's no such thing. And yeah, it's probably more of a platformer, but this one definitely should be considered.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Teslagrad was the one that started the Vayner obsession because it was listed as a Vayner.
Teslagrad was listed as
the Vayner of the month or whatever we had in back in the day.
I remember playing it because it was, not a whole lot of people had started. And I was like, wow, this game's really good. Why hasn't anyone played it?
It was like $6 or $7 and a ton of people got it and we all played it.
Yeah. And then everyone was really into it.
Yeah.
I hope something like that happens for Teslagrad too. It's a little bit expensive, but it's a better game, and man, it's I like it.
Price track that.
I hope I didn't oversell it.
Also platform.
It's a good game.
I don't think you did.
Why are we labeling it as a puzzle game?
Yeah, I sort of feel like when a game comes in, they just kind of give it what the previous in the series
like saying
was.
Zelda's a puzzle game. Like there's puzzle elements, but no.
Hey, LA Noir is a puzzle game.
I know. Thanks, Michelle.
Jeez.
It's true, though. It is true.
And it's still weird.
Smart delivery.
All right. Al, what game do you want to talk about?
All right. We might have a first on the show where all of us are talking about new releases on the same week. This may be a first. I'm not sure.
That might be a first. Yeah. Outside of all of us talking about
I don't even know,
Halo or something, where we all played the new game.
Sure, a new game.
We all played the new hotness.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure it's happened, but
talking about different games now. This is probably a first.
Yeah, last week I was asking about Coffee Talk 2 because I was a big fan of Coffee Talk, which of course was
someone has to.
Which of course was named after the Saturday Night Live skit. I'm sure Nate remembers.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it. Discuss.
What's Saturday Night Live?
Now verklempt. All right, wait. So basically, Coffee Talk 2 is basically the same exact game as Coffee Talk 1. But what I had mentioned was that the creator and developer of Coffee Talk, Mohammed Fahmy, passed away last year. So I was surprised that this was going to happen. So it's all new writers. I believe there's 2 writers credited. And if you never played the first one, which a lot of people did play the first one, I think it was Games with Gold and on Game Pass, it's like 70,000 plus starters. So a lot of people played it. Now, how many people actually read the dialogue in this game? I don't know. But it is a visual novel. And unlike the Ratalaika games, which I don't care at all about the plot, this was very well done. And there's all different races. So there's humans, but there's also vampires and elves and werewolves, and they all live side by side, and they're meant to simulate different races, human races. But to make it more interesting, they did it like this. And they talk about real life things like relationships and being a minority and stuff like that. All different real life things are represented here. And you play as a barista. So you're basically, instead of having a bar and being a bartender, you're a coffee shop owner, and you talk to all of them. They tell you their problems. And in between this, you make them drinks. So instead of picking different options for the dialogue, you make them drinks. And based on the drinks you make them, that could actually change the plot. So right off the bat, since I know you like talking about this, Kenny, as soon as you hit start, you will unlock an achievement. So this game gets on your tag instantly. And then there's the usual achievements for serving your first drink, getting your first drink wrong, discarding a drink. So I didn't play too much. I played the first chapter. A lot of there was a couple character or two from the first game showed up, and then a new character showed up. And it's funny because the new character, I served him the wrong drink to get that achievement, to serve the wrong drink. And then I looked at the achievement list later, and I found out that serving him the wrong drink 3 times is actually an achievement. So I accidentally did the right thing. But it does look like this game will be a little more involved than the first one. The time estimate right now on TA is 12 to 15 hours. when the first one was 3 to 4 hours. But I'm guessing that people are just figuring it out, and there's no guides yet, so people are just figuring it out on their own. I'm sure there'll be an easier way to do it. If you don't care about the story and just want to bang it out, I'm sure there'll be guides for this. But you can load different chapters in different days. So, for example, the one I was talking about, serving the wrong drink 3 times, the solution is already up saying you can load up days 1, 2, and 5, serve the wrong drink, hit save, and then load up the next day, and then do it, and then the achievement will pop. So, knowing that, the completion is probably not going to be too hard. But what else? You have a cell phone. You could check the social media profiles of all the characters. Check the drink recipes. There's like a newspaper that you could read, and then there's the songs.
What's a newspaper?
Yeah, there's a newspaper. It's an online newspaper on your phone. Silly. It's a news thing. It's not really a paper. It's a news
Substack. Got it.
Scroll. And then there's the like elevator music. I don't know what you would call it, but just like basically like smooth jazz playing in the background while you're talking to these people.
Coffee shop music.
Yeah, coffee shop music. Sure.
Yeah, that's a thing on YouTube. You can actually look that up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I do recommend it. I started it up actually on my crappy old Surface. It works just fine. I love games that I could just play on the go, and then if I want to boot it up on my Xbox, it'll continue my save. I love that.
Well, if you want to play it on the go, I got better news for you.
Ooh.
It is xCloud, and there are touch controls.
See, this game...
And being a visual novel,
this game's perfect.
This is probably perfect for that.
It is perfect, actually. And making the drinks is pretty easy. Just click on the buttons. So there's no Twitch controls, except when you want to draw latte art, is very important. You can draw latte art and make your drink pretty for the patrons.
Actually, touch controls might make that a little bit easier.
Yeah, so I am a fan of Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly, as it's actually called for whatever reason.
I was just about to ask, what is that title about?
I have no idea.
But maybe you got to play the whole
I
game to
haven't,
understand
I admittedly haven't played too much, but I think anyone who played the first one knows what they're getting into. It's basically the same exact thing, for better or worse.
Well,
graphics are the same, the buttons are the same, the layout's the same, everything's the same.
Yeah, it looks like the same game.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix. Well, I gotta say, I'm happy that you're happy.
Well, thank you.
This is definitely not one for me.
I totally get it. I probably wouldn't play it at home, but I think it's a perfect on-the-go game.
Well, this is another game where I know the first one, did it launch in the Games of Gold? I think so.
I think it
did. I think it launched in the Games of Gold. And then obviously this one's on Game Pass. These are games that's just being on a service like that is just great, because otherwise it's going to have like 47 downloads.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless there was like console commands or something. But then no one's actually playing it to playing it. They're just playing it for the easy achievements.
Mm-hmm.
And this has definitely got a Game Pass bump. 6,600 people have started it.
Really? Yeah, when I looked, it was only a couple thousand a few days ago. Yeah, it's pretty new.
Yeah, 6,663.
Yeah. I don't think they would have gotten that otherwise.
Yeah, it's just easy to... Like I said, it starts... You get achievement immediately, so it's just... Anyone who has a passing interest will get that achievement.
It's kind of crazy.
Or if you just want to bean dive.
And then the time difference between the two games. Like there's the estimate was 3 to 4 hours for the first, and 12 to 15.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But like I was saying though, I think once guides come out though, it'll lower. Okay. I think people are figuring stuff out on their own. Because if you click on that 12 to 15 hour button thing, you'll see what other people's times, and some are 4 to 5 hours and some are 20 hours. So it's just whatever people are doing. I feel like these are all blind playthroughs for people.
Gotcha.
But I do think once guides come out, it'll be the same.
Yeah, it's a visual novel, so
Right.
it's a very guidable game.
Yep. I do recommend, at least skimming the dialogue, checking out the different characters and stuff. And that's Coffee Talk, episode 2.
Yeah. Once again, happy that you're happy. That's not a game for me.
I mean, you're managing a coffee shop and simulating making drinks. Now do you want to play it?
Wrong managing sim. Wrong managing sim.
Oh.
I don't think it's possible for you to sell me on that game.
That's fine.
Not my cup of tea.
Coffee.
Hey-o.
All right. Well, that will do it for the game showcase. Let's get into some sales. Nate, what games would you like to recommend?
All right. My game of the year last year, I think it was, Death's Door for the Xbox. $10 down from $20. It's action adventure. It's fantastic. And I don't think that's too much hype.
Oh,
Next up.
that game came out 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? Man, it's time for Death's Door 2. Please.
Jeez, you whiz.
Indigo 7, Quest for Love. Matrox not here, so I will talk about it. It's $3 down from $15. It's a puzzle game. I think she said it was okay. Next up, Projection First Light. This is $6 down from $20. It is a platformer. It takes about 8 to 10 hours. It's got that, that shadowy thing that just always gets me. I like the look of it. But it's definitely a platformer. They're saying it's 8 to 10 hours. Yeah, I'm getting this one. And maybe I'll talk about it at some point in the future. And lastly, Skeletal Avenger, $5 down from $17. This is a roguelite hack and slash. It is from 10 Tons. Now, I love the developer 10 Tons. They make just really quality twin stick shooters. So this being a hack and slash roguelite, I'm really interested in it. I'm definitely picking this one up.
Interesting. All right. And I have one game I'm going to recommend. I know nothing about this. I was just skimming the list. Mr. Prepper. It's $6.19 down from $15.49. As the game sounds like, it is a management game. Looking at the clips and whatnot, it looks like Fallout Shelter that we have at home. It's the best way I can put it. I like my management games. I loved Fallout Shelter, so this might be something that I check out. 2 notes on it. One is impossible to not get on your tag if you play it. You get an achievement for just starting the game. And that also could probably be a problem, as it looks like it will be a tough completion when you look at some of the achievements. But when you also look at the achievements, there's also a perfect achievement for L that I almost feel like you need to get the game and put this achievement in your little trophy case on TA. It's
sandwiches.
Actually, no, it's called Sleepyhead.
Ooh.
Nap during the day.
That sounds perfect.
It was like the second achievement in the list. I'm like, oh, okay. I saw that. I'm like, all right. That's a talking point. I'll throw that on my list.
Yay.
Yeah, Mr. Prepper. Al, what would you like to recommend?
Well, once again, Matrix not here, so I'll have to recommend Stay on her behalf because she talked about Stay the last 2 weeks. It is $3.
I don't know.
Give it a look-see.
I
know you want to...
I think I'll stay away from that one.
Oh, man. You've been prepping that joke for 3 weeks.
Yes.
Weren't you going to recommend Your Toy like you always do?
Oh, yeah, that is on sale. No.
No, you're not.
I won't do that this time.
No? All right.
That's an anti-recommendation. Don't play Your Toy. Never play Your Toy.
Never play Your Toy.
All right.
Yeah.
games of gold, we have Out of Space Couch Edition until the end of the month, and until May 15th, we have Peaky Blinders Mastermind. Go ahead and grab them while they are free. And then for Game Pass news, if you're listening to this day of, what are you doing listening to this? Go play The Last Case of Benedict Fox. That game. I am sure Nate, at the very least, will be talking about that game next week.
At some point, I'll be talking about it. Yeah,
You better be first.
If it's not already preloaded.
I'm not going to be first to
You
beat
better.
that.
Oh, you better be first to finish that and Star Wars.
I'll be the first one here to play them. I'm sure.
Why not both?
That'll have to do.
Also releasing day of is Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition, which is a fighting game. And then coming out on May the 2nd is Redfall.
Meh.
Highly anticipated first-person shooter.
Oh.
Don't you meh me.
Yeah, I mentioned in the Discord that I
Game looks
confused
great.
Redfall and Starfield. And then...
I'm sorry,
Wow.
what?
Yeah, because when you put them together and you get Redfield, which is... it's a Resident Evil joke. Never mind, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know what's worse.
What?
I'm amusing myself. Don't mind me.
Not sure which is worse, the joke or the possibility that you didn't know what Redfall was.
It's when you have
We're just going to
it's-
leave that there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
It's when you have a
this.
nosebleed and then the blood falls to red. Yeah, I'm going to bed. What was that achievement again?
Smart.
Get us out of here, Kenny.
Leaving Game Pass.
Too easy.
Wow. Okay, then. At the end of the month is Bug Snacks.
Ooh, bug naps.
Snacks. Nummies. It's
Mid.
15 to 20 hours. It's 15 to 20 hours, $25 right now.
Don't play it.
Tetris Effect.
Don't play it.
I feel like I thought Tetris Effect was good.
It is.
I don't know.
I think I have
Oh, okay.
Tetraminos Remorse.
You'll have Triers and Remorse for sure.
Yeah, you won't.
Just
you
because-
probably won't complete
just
that
because
at this
it's-
point because it's 80 to 100 hours.
I don't care about that. The fact that it's still $40 3 years later or whatever it is mind-boggling. It should be 10.
Well, sir,
10.
if you
Don't even.
would
No,
because
no,
you had
don't say it.
because you have Game Pass,
Damn
you
it.
get 20% off,
Deal.
which makes it $32.
All right, I'm in.
Are they paying you to say that every
Math.
time? I think they are.
Please sponsor us, Phil Spencer. Melissa Game Pass, where are you? I will be your shill. Dragon Quest Builders 2, also another long game. No one's gonna finish that in the month, but a couple of games that people may try to finish by the end of the month is Destroy All Humans for both Xbox and PC. And once again, too much money to buy that, so hurry up and complete them if you're on your tag.
They're fun.
And last game, yeah, and they're fun. They're actually good games.
Yeah, they're really fun.
And then the last game that is leaving Game Pass is Unsold.
Doubt.
35 to 40 hour hack and slash game. Which, once again, probably no one's going to play that. Let's be honest.
Because it has a stupid name.
All right.
Yes.
It does have a stupid name.
There you go.
Yeah, I started it. I wasn't really enjoying it and
Remorse.
just never got back to it. Not gonna.
Not gonna.
It also has a 2.83 rating on TA. So, yeah. You can spend that $20 somewhere else. All right. But with that, let's get into some Brad Camp. Nate, why don't you read what would be Michelle's also?
I will be playing the part of Michelle for Brad Camp. In completions, Survivalist has reached a new milestone with 150 games. Dan the Whale has 350 games. Theory Dragon, the Arya Dragon, probably.
Yeah, that.
The Arya Dragon Let's get some underscores,
Capitalize,
people.
man. Capitalize.
Or some capitalization or some camel case. I don't know. The Arya Dragon has 450 completed games and no underscores. Triple Triad 777 has 900 completed games. Chewy on Ice with 1,050. Elroy OMJ with 1,250. And Redemption Denied with 3,050. Oh, were you loving that guy? In Streaks, Boots Orion with 250 days. It's Alive X with 950 days. Morbid 237 with 1,400 days. Enigma Gamer 77 with 1,600 days. Seamus McLimey with 2,400 days. And Matriarch with 3,500 days. Celebrating their 2-year achievement win streak is Alicia. Yes, she's so embarrassed she couldn't show up tonight.
That's
because she's keeping that streak alive.
Under the weather. Yes.
Get well soon.
Indeed.
In gamer score, Hawkeye Berry 20 has hit 450,000 gamer score. El Sock has hit 600,000. Kooshmoose, that guy over there, has hit 850,000.
Stop hiding.
The Araya Dragon has hit 900,000, along with Morbid 237. Triple Triad 777 has hit 1.3 million. Alicia has hit 1.6 million. And Elroy OMJ has hit 1.8 million gamer score.
Yeah. Go touch grass, Elroy. In leaderboards, Alicia, seen that name come up a lot, is in the top 200 of the TA leaderboard for Simulation. Chewy on Ice, our resident Roque, is now in the top 50 of the England Achievements 1 leaderboard for Adventure and Point and Click. Rutrek is now in the top 50 of the Europe Completed Games leaderboard for Role Playing. Free Mahole is in the top 5,000 of the Achievements 1 leaderboard. Infamous is in the top 10 of the TA Difference leaderboard for Strategy.
Nice.
Lucas 1987 is in the top 20 of the USA Completed Games leaderboard for Role Playing. Northern Lass is in the top 1,000 of England TA leaderboard for Q Sports. What's that? Billiards? Pool?
Pool.
Are there any other ones? Pool Nation? Under God? Indivisible? Sir Polygon is in the top third. He's the top
third.
5 and third. I don't know what I'm saying. Georgia TA leaderboard for equestrian sports. You people are tracking interesting things.
They're just trying to get us to read things off.
It's working.
And it's working.
Indeed. Mr. Stan, Toadstyle Venom, has been on a tear. He has, I think he almost has like 300,000 gamer score this year already. He's in the top 500 of the gamer score leaderboard for Xbox One. Kronos is in the top 2,000 of the TA Difference leaderboard for Dungeon Crawler. And should be crawling into Diablo 4 soon. Z Drunken Monkeys is in the top 200 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard. And in the top 5 of California TA leaderboard for Xbox One. And last but not least, Jay Hans is now number 1 in the TA leaderboard for Metroidvanias.
Nice.
Very nice. Mario, you're going to have to catch him back. I love our community. It's all the Vayner experts. They're all in hashtag Vayners. Don't forget to join all the channels we have. A lot of them are opt-in. We've done a little bit of changing things around. The Funko Pop channel is now the collectibles channel. So any collectibles you want to brag about, talk about, put them in there.
Let us see your cool stuff.
The server closures channel now includes Game Pass leavings at somebody's urging. I wonder who it could be.
Huh.
Nate. So that's
Smart.
a thing. Yeah, it is smart.
I actually didn't see that. That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't it? I think it was.
Nope, I did not do it. Other people can, but it wasn't me.
Oh. And
We have a full Discord.
I think that might be it that changed, but yeah. All kinds of channels. Come
Here in
join
the sports, we got sports channels,
Sports Ball.
or combat sports.
Fake UFC fights.
Food channel, music
Mm.
channel. Oh, we got books channel. I guess that's actually that's newish.
Yeah, that's new.
That's come up in the past few weeks.
Yeah, so we have the food channel, the food and drink channel, and on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the health channel. Huh. That's for the...
Hey, gotta get both.
Yeah. Well, anyway, talk to us in the Discord. Makes the day go by.
Discord really is the best.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, if you're listening to this and you aren't in the Discord, you're truly missing out. Our community is the actual best.
Yep.
We got a whole channel for boosting if you need help in a game. Somebody in the Discord will probably be willing to help you. As many people as we have someone has that obscure game that nobody else wants to play. Even Haza, I mean, look at him. He wants to try to get us all to play like some Japanese non-backwards compatible
Wow,
game that
you're really
no one
holding
wants
on
to
to
have.
last week, aren't you? You are really holding on
It
to
just
that.
popped in my head.
No, you have right on the
Hey,
notes.
he's looking for some more.
Make fun of a Heizo.
He's looking for a couple more idiots to play it.
His words, once again, his words.
His words, but I'm also saying it. Let's be honest here. All right. That is a good place to end it. But yes, thank you all for listening. You can follow us on all the different socials, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all the all the things. Links to everything is down in the show notes. Thank you to all of our patrons who help give us the resource to be able to grow the show, keep it going, do all the contests, give away games like we did last week for last week's show, and then also asking us questions, giving us topics for a show, and also answering them. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. But
Even Mental Night.
Yeah, him sometimes maybe.
Love that guy too.
But with that, class is dismissed. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Mid
AF.
Mid AF. This episode slapped.